All right. So today I thought we'd have a feel-good session, and there's nothing better than I think focusing on kindness and compassion. So it's just a basic reminder around what leaves us feeling good, and also the impact that we have on others when we're kind to others. So simply put, it's not a technical definition, but kindness is being nice to others. This is the definition that I tend to go to because it's the one that's used within positive psychology. And why I like this one is it's recognising that kindness is actually one of the character strengths that's been found to be a universally accepted value across the world and across cultures and religions. So I like this definition because it's actually having some depth to understanding that across the world we all have a value in kindness. So it's a basic definition, but it's a good one. So kindness is the quality of being friendly. It's also around generosity, showing consideration for others. It can give us a sense of confidence and optimism, and its usefulness and meaning to us in life. So best of all, also, like a lot of these Wellbeing Wednesdays focuses have been, is that there is an impact on relationships. And it's highly likely that when you're kind to others, that it will be reciprocated as well. So researchers have argued that kindness is like a muscle, and it needs to be strengthened. So for those of you who are, into the gym and doing weights and that sort of thing, maybe you need to, exercise those muscles of kindness. So kindness starts with being kind to yourself. We're often very hard on ourselves. I know I can be sometimes, but we shouldn't be. We need to, we deserve kindness, and we may actually, think, oh, we reserve it for others, but we deserve it too. Have you noticed the difference in how you treat others when you're well rested and calm and looked after yourself, when you've been kind to yourself? In these pressured times, at the moment, it's really easy to keep pushing forward and, pushing through, not having lunch breaks, not looking after ourselves, not being kind to ourselves. But being kind to yourself will enable you to be your best self, and that means that you'll be able to nurture your relationships with kindness. So what do you need to do to include in your day to be kind to yourself? That's a question for you to ponder on for a second. So our wellbeing is also positively impacted by showing kindness to others. So I came across a study, and I like the study because the author actually has my maiden name. So the study's by Rowland and Curry, and they reported on how people felt after they were performing acts of kindness every day for 7 days. So this fascinated me because I was like, well, of course, if you show kindness, you're going to feel happier. But this research actually proves it. So I thought that this was really cool because it's not just something that we think happens, it actually shows that it does happen. So the researchers found that being kind to ourselves and also to others actively boosted happiness and a sense of well-being. So demonstrating kindness has been found to directly correlate with improved life satisfaction, increased happiness and well-being. It also has a number of health benefits. So obviously happier lives, but reduced stress and healthier bodies. There are even benefits upon our heart health and apparently slowing aging. So how much cheaper is it to be kind rather than to buy L'Oreal products? I thought that was a way to go. So how can we begin with compassion and then follow up with kindness? I suppose, at the moment during COVID, we're being a little bit less inclined to be individualistic and looking more towards other people. But in general, our culture is becoming more and more individualistic, but we can't lose sight of the importance of happiness and creating opportunities to impact others and the lives of others. We often talk in our family around you never know what's behind someone's face. So what we refer to that is that behind everyone's face there's a different story, and there's challenges potentially, and often these challenges are even hidden. So, when you come across someone and it's either at work or just even at the shopping centre or going for a walk, someone's a bit snappy or they're a bit shorter than usual, reflecting around, I wonder why. So rather than sort of going, oh, well, they're obviously having a bad day, reach out and seek to understand. So embrace your sense of your kindness and say, hey, I noticed you don't seem yourself today. So being compassionate and recognising each other's humanity is sharing that gift of kindness. So being kind and simply checking in with someone who you haven't even spoken to for a while. Is there someone you can reach out to check in and see how they're doing during this time? So first of all, growing your awareness of kindness is a great way to refresh your kindness lens. So open your eyes to kindness, look out for kindness around you. We can have shutters on, can't we? And we can just ignore stuff. So, what's something that someone's done and shown you out of kindness, whether it was a big thing or a small thing? Write down something nice that someone did for you lately and how it made you feel. Savor that moment as well. So instead of brushing it off and saying, if someone's helped you or, if they've gone out of their way, rather than, oh, you don't have to do that, actually saying thank you. So the act of giving provides immense pleasure. So don't minimise someone else's enjoyment if they've helped you. Actually say thank you. That's meant a lot. I really appreciate your help. So exploring kindness is also about finding ways to use kindness. So something as simple as complimenting someone, as I said, or appreciating someone, paying attention to a conversation are great gestures. Kindness can be expressed in lots of different ways, and it can also be through practical ways. So can you offer to go to the shops for a neighbour? Drop in a meal or a cake or something to someone who potentially lives on their own. Some people go a bit more formal for their kindness efforts into charitable causes, but that doesn't have to be formalised to have an impact and to make someone's day. Tracking your kindness can be through keeping a journal and noting down the acts of kindness that you not only show others, but you receive as well. So the goal is to increase your awareness of all the good that you're doing, but also in receiving from everyday life. It's not about patting your back, yourself on the back and going, oh, wow, aren't I good? I've been kind to so many people today. It's about seeing that kindness and the way that we interact with others makes a huge difference and impacts someone else's well-being. It's not about, kindness isn't about what you get. It is definitely about what you give. But in the long run, you actually do receive something, but that's not the ultimate gain or ultimate goal in being kind. In a similar way to keeping up a gratitude journal, looking over a journal that tracks your kindness will flood you with positive emotion, and it does reframe your view of the world. There's so much negativity and so much stuff we're dealing with. It's just a great way to reframe the lens that you're looking through at the world at the moment. The difference between the kindness journal and the gratitude journal is that what you're doing more about is appreciating the things that people have done and the impact that people are having in your life. So gratitude journal is just saying, yep, things have gone well, but the difference with kindness is really identifying that people are making the difference in your life. So apart from a journal, you could also set yourself a goal of a 1-week plan. So there are so many different things on the internet around random acts of kindness. So create a plan, set yourself a challenge of 7 days, an idea for something different each day. It could be something as simple as calling someone, sending someone a letter. It might be sending someone flowers or dropping in some food, phone call, whatever it is. Have a plan for 7 days and see how you go. So there was another study that I read up about, and it's interesting because they were using the term about being we-centric rather than I-centric, and I really like that. It was sort of challenging the notion that kindness isn't just about doing something good or doing something kind. It's actually about changing your mindset. So looking outwards from ourselves. So rather than being I-centric to we-centric, how can we do something together? How can I impact your life, and how can we have a positive relationship? So I really like that we-centric and the change of mindset and attitude as being part of kindness as well. Another idea is having a kindness day. Choose one day of the week where you challenge yourself to do 5 kind things for others. Obviously with COVID, that's a bit of a challenge because you're having less physical time with people. But don't forget the power of just a random email or a text message or checking in with someone. It's a really powerful message, and it will make someone's day and will positively impact their well-being and your relationship as well. So, you know, kindness is contagious. I think the more that people are kind and compassionate, the more it brings out the positivity and warmth in people as well. And, you know, that little act of graciousness and compassion provides to someone the opportunity that then they go, oh, I'm going to pay it forward and spread my good feel and emotion to others as well. So I just like this quote, and I just wanted to end on this quote. It's by Margaret Cho. Sometimes when we are generous in small, barely detectable ways, it changes someone's life forever. And ultimately, I know that's, you know, what I live to do, and that's my, I suppose, purpose in life is to make a difference for others. So, you know, kindness and compassion is certainly a great starting place, and to always try and have that lens of what can I do to help build someone's well-being simply by just complimenting, acknowledging, and being a kind person. So thanks for joining me. I will see you next Wednesday.
Thank you. Thanks, Marianne. That was great.
You're welcome.
Have a good week.
Same to you.